lesson on color synchronomy with art. Today's lesson is all about color and the color wheel and great ways of using color side by side. So our lesson today is about an artist named Stanton McDonald Wright. Now, Mr. Wright he's American, but he went to Paris, to France, and he met another artist also from the US named Morgan Russell. And they were young, adventurous artists, and they were doing lots of experimental art. And they were kind of trying to lean away from realism and do something that was more abstract. So as they leaned away from realism, they became very involved with color theory. And so they created artwork using color theory. A pretty simple lesson on color theory is if you look at a color wheel. So the color wheel has the three primary colors. And if you look at this, the colors that are opposite each other are called complementary colors. So yellow and purple are complementary, blue and orange, red and green. If you put complementary colors next to each other in an artwork, they create a really strong contrast, a vibrant contrast, because they're so opposite on the color wheel. Now, if you put colors that are side by side on the color wheel next to each other in an artwork, those colors are called analogous colors. When you put those colors side by side, they create kind of a warm, soft, pastel, synchronous artwork because they're close together on the color wheel. So in our lesson today, we're going to put warm colors next to cool colors. We're going to put colors opposite on the color wheel beside each other and see what kind of effects we can create in our project. So you're going to start with your watercolor paper and tape it down to the table. This will give it a nice border. So there's one part. It also makes your table, or keeps your table a little bit cleaner and gives you edges for your artwork. There we go. Now, Stanton McDonald Wright was more of an abstract artist, and he also used music in his art. So the same way that little notes in music can stand side by side, color can also stand side by side and create harmonies. So his inspiration was often music. So as you look at your blank page here, I want you to think of a song that you like. It could be a fast song, it could be a slow song, it could be a pop song, it could be a lullaby, it could be a classical song. Think of a song that you like. The first sample I did was more of a fast song, but now I'm thinking of doing something more like a lullaby. So if I'm thinking of a lullaby, I'm thinking of soft music, soft colors. So I'm going to divide up my page first with a ruler, and then I'm going to use this to make circles and other patterns inside it. So let's see, I'm going to make sort of a lullaby. I'll make a line here, maybe a line here, do some zigzags across my page. So when you're doing abstract art, the idea is not to be perfect. It's just to divide it up into different shapes. Maybe I'll put a circle here, and I traced this circle here onto my paper. Maybe I'll do another circle over here. And now it's really up to you to divide up your paper into different shapes that go along with the type of song that you were thinking of. So I'm going to do some curvy lines. Since I was thinking of slow songs, maybe I'll do another curvy line here, another curvy line here. And now I've created an abstract shape on my paper. All right, here's an overhead view of the design that I made for my lullaby song. And now I'm thinking of the colors of a lullaby. So how this works is you can dip your paintbrush in the water and you can actually pick up quite a bit of ink like so from your ink pad. And then you can fill in different sections. So because it's watercolor paper, the ink can be spread really, really easily using water. So I can come back in here and I can take this blue and spread it along my paper because it's watercolor. So I'm going to use lots of soft pastel colors as I work. I'm also going to think of what colors to put beside each other. So what colors will be synchronous? You can think of your complementary and your analogous colors that we just talked about on the color wheel. So here we go, filling this in with blue. When I think of lullabies, I think of lots of blue. So I'm definitely going to put lots of blues and fill them up as I go along. So here's another sample project that I did. This one I did based on a fast song and thinking of something more upbeat. And I used brighter colors. I thought this was like a sun shining rays across the artwork, and I filled up the back with the cool colors, and the inside I kept with warm colors. So here I did color synchronomy, keeping the warm colors on the inside and balancing them with the cooler ones on the outside. I hope you guys enjoyed our lesson today. I hope you learned a little bit more about the color wheel and got a chance to practice making your own project. And we look forward to seeing what you guys make at home.